All right, great day, great day, great day. Happy Wednesday. This is the second class for the week. I am your host, Raquel May David. My co-host is David Sanchez. He will be helping me out in the chats and the comments and making sure we get everything done. What am I drinking today? I am drinking vitamin water, okay, because my energy is on the low, okay? So yeah, what did I cook for dinner? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, I was a bad wife. I did not cook anything. It says, hi, I'm watching in the background, cooking dinner for the kids. I hope that's okay. Listen, score expert, you better work what you gotta work now, honey. Work your house, work this business. We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay. I'm so happy that you guys are here. So happy for the returning faces. I am going to go ahead and get started in about 4 minutes. Let me tell my house that I'm recording because I'm hearing noises and I don't want y'all to hear the noises. So give me 1 second. Y'all can hear my background because they loud over here. My family is family. Can you hear the noise, David?
No.
Okay, cool. Let me let them know. Did I let everyone in? I think I did. Hey, Stevie. So excited. Hey, MK, thanks for coming. All right, so we got Miss Finance. Welcome to the room. Carlos is about to pull up. We have Michael. I think it's Dev Capone. All right, we have Kimberly Habib, I think is how you say it. Johnny, Jeff, Miss Wallace is loading. Montia, I think that's how you say that. Walter is here. I think I said MK already. Hey, Marcus, welcome to the room. All right. I think I got everyone that's here. Hey, y'all. So before I dive in, I am going to drop the link to the class that I'm having on February 3rd. So for all of you guys that are like, hey, I want to take my credit repair up a notch, I definitely know that Dispute Panda is a great system, but I want to fill in the gaps from what I don't know. I'm going to be unlocking the latest strategies. We're going to be covering some settlements, evictions, repos. We're going to be talking third-party companies, what that means to you. We're going to give away a host of things during that phone call. So I'm going to drop the link so you guys can reserve your seats. Normally, the class is $497, but I am going to go ahead and have the class for $97. So I'm going to drop the link for you guys to register for the class. And there's going to be some freebies after you have, after you have registered for the class. You guys will get some freebies instantly. And then there's going to be some drip that's going to be coming to y'all throughout the time. So please, while you are filling out the form for the masterclass, if you just reserve your seat, I want to make sure that you have your address there properly. Your email is clear because we're going to be dropping. We have 10 days to get you everything that you need. Some of the stuff is going to come after the 10-day window, but I didn't want you guys to miss out on the opportunity for the masterclass that is going to be covering strategy. So if you guys are new to the credit repair world, if you guys are seasoned but want to know a new strategy, or like, hey, maybe might be missing some information, or I don't know how to talk to my clients about settlements, I don't know how to talk to my clients about eviction, like we'll be having a robust conversation to cover all of that. So go ahead and reserve. I'm limiting the seating because I am telling this class, I told Monday class. Some people who are already on my mailing list have already locked in, so I'm super excited. It's going to be on January 3rd at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time Mountain because I don't live there anymore. Shout out to Billings, Montana. That's where I used to live, was Billings, Montana. All right, so we are going to dive in on today. I will also drop the form later on, but I am so excited to be able to curate this experience for everyone with Dispute Panda, because I want us to have an elevated conversation on how we are going to help support our clients with credit and be able to fill in the gaps where I've been hearing with the frequently asked questions, to help that is not just system related, but added layers that you can add to your client's profile. So we are at 6 minutes after. You know what we do, okay? So we're going to get into it right now. Hang on one second. Let me open up the chat and the participants. All right. Hey guys, hey guys, hey. I'm so glad that y'all are here. Okay, so the link for the masterclass is in the chat. I am going to dive in with where we always start, which is our wonderful community. Okay, guys. If you guys are not a part of the Panda community, I am going to ask, I'm going to beg, I am going to plead. Why? Because I ain't too proud to beg, y'all. That's what the song that's what the songs say. So I really want you guys to definitely get to be a part of the community. If you have Dispute Panda, whether you have the standard or you have the pro, it is completely imperative, y'all, that you go ahead and you are a part of the community. Why am I saying this, that it's important? It's because if you have questions, concerns, comments, like for instance, this young man, I'm going to actually type it out right here. Great day. The CRBB was removed on 1/1/24 from the pro group. From the system. Let's just put it that way. So you get to know what's going on. Sometimes if you guys already know the answer, you might be able to just drop the fun facts in the chat for anyone else that might be looking for it. Our support team is on here, but just in case you might know the answer, you get the ability to go ahead and answer any questions, whether you are pro or not. I happen to have pro, so I can have the dialogue with them, but just for transparency, anyone can have it, right? So when we are dipping and doing and getting through and trying to figure out our way, especially if you have a system question or anything like that, I don't want you to feel like you don't have the ability to connect with anyone. So JM is normally our mod that's in our room. However, if he is not in the room, he does still answer questions on site, and of course the customer service. And as y'all can see, Dominique Brown be in here dipping and doing it. Okay, so if you are not a part of the community, David has already dropped the link for the community. Let me know if you guys need us to drop it again. For those that are just coming in, this is where you want to start to get everything that you need to be a beast in the Panda streets, okay? All right, so on today, the reason why we are here is to learn how to navigate the world's most advanced, effective AI credit repair software. During this call, we're going to go over pricing, we're going to go over the training module, the contacts, what comes with the free version, what comes with the pro version. And during the end of this call, we are going to show you how to get a free round of disputes, load a client in, and how the software can mail it out for you, or you print it out for yourself and mail it for your clients. So the goal for this call is to get you acclimated with the software. So before I dive in to cover pricing or cover anything else, how many people in the room have the Panda? If you can drop an emoji in the chat, y'all know I like Panda, 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 Panda. Hey, Mr. S. Hey, Melvin. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hey. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Is it Camara? And hi, Nate. Paz, welcome to the room. Okay, Habib says that he has it. Hey, Perry, welcome back. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we got some Panda. I know Steve got Panda. Come on, Steve. Come on, Stevie, with my Panda. All right, Victor says he has a question. What question do you have today, Mr. Victor?
Hey, I love your hair.
Thank you.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, since I'm new to this, how could I join like the community on the?
Okay, we're gonna drop the link in the chat for you. You would hold on 1 second. I'm actually gonna see if I can grab it. I think David already did. David drop it? Okay, come on, Melvin, with the panda. Come on now.
Panda.
Hey, let me tell you, do not follow my social media, y'all, because I promise you that's all I do is drop. Look, every Monday and every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm like on my stories, panda. Anyway, so this is going to be the QR code that's going to be in the chat, that is going to allow you to get into the community. Whether you have the free version or the pro, thanks, David, you would click on that link that's there. It says QRCO.DE. When you click on that, it will open up and you can click join the community. You do have the ability to join the community with your username and login information from actual Dispute Panda. So you don't have to create 2 separate logins. You can just use one, just to cut down on the level of confusion. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Great question. Come on in now. Sometimes you be fire. Okay, sorry. Look, I'm a mess today. I have not had enough sleep. That's what my husband.
Yeah, I see.
Hey, how can I help? Look, I need a nap. I need a good nap, is what my son says. So I see iPhone has Panda. Melvin has Panda. You better have Panda coming up in this room here, Melvin. I done seen your name before. All right, Mr. S. Yes, we are going to be a beast in what? These Panda streets, okay? And in these credit streets. That is the goal. That is the aim. All right, let me see. Did you have any other questions, Victor?
No, everything is fine. Thank you.
Froze.
My
I
pleasure.
heard.
You said it's what?
Oh, now I was saying my phone froze because I'm here by the elevators.
Okay, well, if you disconnect, I'll let you back in, because even though I'm the bouncer of the club, okay?
Okay.
I'm the bouncer of Club Panda.
You
I'm gonna let
hear
you
me
back in because I
knocking?
know
You
you.
hear me knocking? Let me
Yeah,
in.
I'm gonna let you back in because I know you. We cool peoples, okay? Hey, MK, well, thank you for dropping the panda. I love it. I love it. All right, so here's what I like to cover when we're talking about the homepage for Dispute Panda. I normally do not cover the pro, the calculator, or the integration. I show you that once we get into the software. But one of the things that I want to cover when we're talking about pricing is that Dispute Panda is the first, the only platform that I have come across that is 100% pay as you go. So you don't have a monthly overhead for the standard Dispute Panda. It costs $17 per round if you are using Identity IQ, Smart Credit, or My Score IQ. If you use Credit Dino, it is $0, which means you can have this platform, get the letters month after month, and pay $0 as long as your client or yourself is using the Credit Dino platform. If you do not, it is $17 per month for you to generate the letters you need. My clients are seeing better results than me, LOL. The CRA will not delete my charge-offs. Now, like I said, you're going to want to click the link, come to the masterclass on the 3rd, because I'm telling you, we're going to be covering charge-offs, and you're going to want to be in that room. We're going to be talking charge-offs. We're going to be talking evictions. We're going to be talking bankruptcies. We're going to be talking repos, and we are going to be getting into the nitty-gritty. So if you are having a hard time, okay, because I've heard this before, and that's why I wanted to curate the room. Yep, the class is on the 3rd at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and I forgot Mountain. I'll have it together by next week, okay? Because I'm going to be talking about the class every time we meet together, because I want to make sure that you guys are here until the room is full, because I want to make sure that I'm meeting everyone's expectations. Like I said, as soon as you buy your ticket, you actually get 2 freebies as soon as you lock in your seat. So I'm super excited. Can I join and watch the class later? Yes, there will be a replay for the class. So you would be able to do that. You in Boston? He was a truck driver. No problem, my love. I think it's 2 p.m. Isn't it Boston? Child, I don't know. I live in Brooklyn. Ain't nobody know about that. Look, Melvin got to be difficult. Every time Melvin come on the line, it's because he outside smoking a cig. That's what's wrong with him. Hey, Miss Clay, how you doing? All right. So back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, I need to stay focused. I need to stay focused. Okay, Panda. All right. So not only does this software give you a pay-as-you-go platform, you have the ability to not pay if you're using Credit Dyno. This platform also gives you training on how to actually start working your file from day one. That is something that I love to cover, but hold on, let me go back to pricing because I don't want to skip this. If you guys are doing this as a credit repair organization, or if you want to get the most aggressive platform out there to write the letters for you, not just to the credit bureaus, but to the creditors, you can upgrade to the pro version. In the pro version, you are paying $1 for 14 days, and then it is $197 thereafter. Okay. However, with that, you get a safe client portal, you get integrations that I'm going to show you. You also get different amazing, like I use it, y'all. I don't know if y'all follow me on social media. If y'all don't, y'all need to, okay? But on my social media, I share my balances as to what my company has been able to delete for the individual client overall on the site itself. I'm tracking all of that to cultivate and get new clientele, right? So if you are wanting to be a little bit more aggressive with what you do, but you don't have a full clientele, I'm just going to give y'all the tips. If y'all decide to get the pro, you can go ahead and tell your family, like, hey, I'm doing credit repair. Y'all go ahead and pay me $75 a piece. Y'all sign up for this credit monitoring. And guess what you can do? You can cover the cost for the 197. You generate the letters, give the letters to your family, Bob's your uncle, and you just made money, right? You just paid for the cost of the platform. So that is another option. John, hey, John, welcome to the room. John says, I'm not a CRO. I really want to use this to fix my credit. I want to know if it's easy to use and if it's easy to learn. So you are going to be on the call with me tonight, John, and you are going to be entertained, and you're going to be able to see how to use a platform. If you are by your computer in real time, I do recommend that everyone jumps on their computer. So if they get a glitch or they get an error in real time, we can have that dialogue, take a beat, and go ahead and answer all the questions for you. However, oh, thanks, JM. Let me tell y'all something about my mod. Okay. JM forever my boo. JM and David get into it. They are my love muffins. Okay. I appreciate them so much. So you are able to go ahead and sign up for the Dispute Panda. I'm going to show you how to sign up. I'm going to show you how to load yourself in as a client or load anyone else in as a client. And I'm going to show you how to start the disputing. So as I was saying earlier, because I be jumping ahead, y'all. Okay, because I'm fast. I'm just fast. Okay. How can I be a love muffin? Everybody, my love muffin, honey. Y'all just need to go ahead and just come on in and understand. I love everybody. Y'all gonna be my listen. When y'all register, I sent out a thank you page, and on it's like, hey y'all, hey. Hey boos. And my husband was like, now why are you trying to make everybody your boo? Because everybody is my boo. Y'all come up into my little bubble, y'all my boos. Okay. So onto the training. When you click on the training tab, whether you're in the portal or you're on this main page, the first thing that I need you guys to download, I'm going to say this so emphatically, y'all. The first thing that y'all want to do when you have clicked on the training tab is to click the free download. Everybody heard me? In come on, church. Click the free. I like Melvin be like, yeah, I clicked it. Okay, I clicked it. This is why I need y'all faces, because that way I can harass everybody evenly. Okay, iPhone sitting here and iPhone looking. I appreciate you looking, iPhone. I appreciate you now. I appreciate you. Nikki Pooh, welcome. I didn't see you before. Welcome. Okay, so when you go to the training tab and you click the free download, it actually gives you our most aggressive flow that we have beta tested and we have found results for the client. So this is what the first page looks like. It does state Dispute Panda Pro and Credit Dyno attack flow. So I'm going to say this. If you guys already have another credit monitoring software and you do not want to leave, that is fine. If you don't want to upgrade to Pro, that is fine. I'm going to tell you what the differences will be. When you don't have Pro and you're not using Credit Dyno, you do not have the ability to generate the creditor letters. Okay, the creditor letters will not be able to be generated. That does not mean that you cannot use the flow. You can still utilize this flow, and I will show you exactly how to select the letter. I will show you the attack variation. I will show you exactly how to do the static letters as well. Will this help users that only have, I don't know what that is. Is that Identity IQ, John? Creditor is like round 2, right? No. So you guys are asking some really good questions. John, I'm not quite sure what ITIN is. So if you can restate that for me, I'll answer. If you want to come off of mute, that's fine. Creditor letters are okay, so the original letters that are curated for you are the letters to the credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. The creditor letters are the letters that are generated with the same Metro 2 coding or verbiage that are necessary to the individual creditors. So Capital One, Bank of America, Santander, whoever is, whatever trade lines are listed. So let me clarify. Every account that is listed on your credit report is known as a trade line. So if you have a trade line that says Bank of America auto loan, and there's something negative that is attached to it, you will also be able to go ahead and select that information in real time. That letter is printed once you click the system, or if the system normally clicks it for you. But let's say you want to generate a letter, you can click that option and that letter will be generated specifically to the actual company that you may have purchased it from, or the third party company that is registering the information for you. Okay. So it's not a round 2, round 3 thing, as you can see on the chart right here. And if you guys don't have access to see the content, when you go to the training and you hit the download training it says free download at the very top, it will give you the attack number. The attack number means the month that you're sending it out. So attack number 1 would be month 1. It'll give you the letter type, and I'll show you how that's helpful once we get in the system. The attack variation, because there are different levels of aggression that we speak when we're writing out the letter. And then we also have letters that would go out to the creditors as well. And these static letters that you guys are seeing are letters to the third-party companies. So please understand that TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are not the only companies that are holding your information. I like to call these third-party companies Big Brother in the sky. LexisNexis is very big. They hold your driver information, so your clue report, all of those things. Okay, guys? So you want to make sure that you're not just tackling the credit bureaus, because these third-party companies are also taking your information and sending it over to the credit bureau and sending it out. So if you have an eviction, you have things like that, even if you get it off your credit report, please understand that the information can still show up at these third-party sites, and you need to be aware of them and dispute them there as well. When it says the type, when it says handwritten, there's an option to make it handwritten or to just leave it as text. So we do switch back and forth. And all of the letters for this flow is first class. Now, I've heard people say, do I need to send it certified? It is completely 1000% up to you, okay? When I was sending letters certified, I still did not send my letter certified until it was round 3. That was just my method and my flow. However, none of these require you to do them as certified mail. And it also tells you that when you're doing the work, you're sending out your letters no earlier than 35 days, because the credit bureau requires 30 days to dispute all of your files. All right. So as soon as you click on the training tab, hunty, you get to download your guide. And that means you can literally start credit repair today, not tomorrow, y'all, like today. Melvin said, yeah, I need your one-on-one because I'm a little slow. You're not slow, honey. It's just a lot to consume, okay? So I definitely would tell you to definitely book. JM, thank you for being amazing and dropping my booking link. Is the CFPB good to use to integrate in the Dispute Panda process? Yes, if you look at the guide that we provide to you, there is a clear step as to when you contact the CFPB. So on the guide process, it tells you that you should not start until round 5 to go ahead and dispute with the CFPB. When you're doing that dispute for round 5, you're also not sending out static letters to the third-party providers. So great question, John. Great question. All right. So yes, I love Dispute Panda because it works in tandem. It's like a nice little, relationship going on. You know what I mean? I love the fact that it also tells you how you can work today, right now. Now, I'm going to tell you that if I am not here and you are not in the community, you can still see training. So all of the training material is available and on the site for you. If you are using other credit monitoring softwares, you can look at it at the bottom. Again, the only 4 credit monitoring softwares that works is Credit Dino, Identity IQ, MyScore IQ, and Smart Credit. Those are the only 4 companies that work, okay? As far as the contact tab is a great tool for you to leverage to go ahead and speak to the back office if you have any questions, concerns, comments. I am going to drop a link for you guys. Hang on one second. Let me copy this link. All right, y'all. So you know that I am very, 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 very big on tools that are going to help you for the free 99 or the low, okay, to get resolved. So if you guys are ever having a problem with the software, or you're wanting them to see that you're getting stuck somewhere and you're not quite sure how to get unstuck, I definitely want you to use loom.com. I put the link in the chat. You guys are able to go ahead and record up to a 5-minute video. You can choose to have your face on there or not and just record the screen. And that way you can say, hey, I'm having a problem with Cheryl Smith's file. Here's the video. You can click the link after you've recorded the video. And once you have the link available, you just put it in the chat and you can still type out what your issues are. And what will end up happening is as soon as the back office watches your video, you get an alert that lets you know that the video has been reviewed. Okay, guys? So if you guys are in need of it, I did drop the Loom link in the chat so you guys can have access to it. I have recorded, child, I don't recorded too many videos because they done told my business. But as you guys can see, I use the Loom product all the time. I do it for client reviews, all of that. So that way it's a good thing for me to go ahead and track. I do it for my client reviews because my clients don't always book calls. And even if they book calls, sometimes they don't show up. But I'm able to see when they actually watch the video. So it makes it very easy for us to navigate. So if you have a regular customer service question for a specific client, you can click that option. If you have a general question like, hey, I want to be a part of the beta testing team when y'all are dropping something new, or I would like to talk about partnership or press, do not feel pressed. Y'all can come here. Press. Why did Cardi B just jump into my spirit? Cardi B's in my spirit. Okay. So you can go ahead and you can respond and send the information here so you can get everything that you need to over to customer service. Again, they're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to give you support on any questions that you may have. I jumped in headfirst and did everything wrong. I signed a client up, but set him up an account, then realized it was supposed to be under my account. Okay. I understand. So my question, Nikki Pooh, is have you brought that client into your profile or are you still working him under his information? If you can come off of mute, that'd be great. Okay. He's under me now. Okay, so you're cool. No worries. Listen, you live, you learn, and you buy loves. Okay. If you like me, you buy Target, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Is ChatGPT a good website to construct dispute letters? If you know what you're doing, I don't see the problem in leveraging all platforms to help you, but please understand that Dispute Panda is an AI software. None of the letters, even though we have a flow, none of the letters are going to be the same because no one has the same credit profile, right? So with that being said, the algorithm and the AI is already going through and typing out what you need in real time. So that's a great question. The old flow does not show handwritten. How would we know what to send? If you're using the old flow, my love, you can just make that selection yourself. I don't want you to overthink it. So for you guys that are new, we used to have an old flow that was red, blue, black, and white. The reason why we took that flow out is not that it wasn't effective, but it was causing some confusion for everyone. Like, I don't know which one to use. What if it's charge off? What is collections? All of the flows were good. They were just giving you different methods of attacking, and the verbiage was going to be different. Some was going to be a little bit more holding hands and gentle. Some was going to be aggressive, soft, that type of thing. So Mr. S, when it comes to the old flow, if you're using the old flow, whenever you want to, what I was doing is kind of following the same, because I do still have some clients that I'm still working the red flow on. So I'm still working the hand, like I'm adding the handwritten kind of the way that this sequence is. So like every other letter, I'm doing the handwritten. But because it's not on there, it really doesn't matter. You can do every single letter handwritten. There are 10 different handwritten variations that are on file, so you don't have to get stuck at all. But I need his license, so I'm stuck there again. I'm going to talk about other identifications that you can utilize if your client doesn't have the ID. So hang tight, I'll be right there. And I'll give that to you, Nikki Pooh. Great question. Last night, I mistakenly sent dispute letters labeled as attack 1 without updating the identity proof. Upon review, I found the letters included a driver's license with an outdated address. To correct this, my client provided his passport, and I created a second set of letters with the updated ID, but both sets were dispatched. After contacting support, I learned that the sent mail cannot be recalled. That is correct. I'm concerned about how the credit bureau will handle receiving 2 identical letters, one with the old address and the other one with the current address. How will they decide which one to act upon? So if you are sending letters and they're identical letters, so let me back up. If this situation would have happened, my recommendation that I would have given was not to do another round altogether. I would have updated the ID and then just basically printed out ID forms and then reprinted the letter and sent it out myself instead of using the system to mail it out. That would have been what I would recommend if it happens in the future. Now, with the letters going out, the probability of what's going to happen is when both of the letters are received, because they're not going to be received at the same day. One day, let's say one letter is going to come out on Monday, the next letter is going to get there like Tuesday. It's close enough together that it's not going to be considered frivolous. If you would have done it, let's say Monday, and then like 14 or 15 days later, you would have sent it out, it may have caused an issue if it was different letters. But since you're stating that they're the same verbiage letters, I do not think that there's a need to be concerned. What you may be worried about is just not being able to remove the address that was incorrect. That might be a harder fight now because you gave them an ID with that address on there, but that is an easy fix. Just send a personal information letter at about day 15. If you go into the Dispute Panda software, there is just a personal information letter. You can print off and generate that personal information letter with the ID that has now been updated with the right address on it and remail that letter. I would send that out on day 15. I'll send that out again on day 30. So that way we're already counteracting the double letters with the different addresses on there. Okay. That would be the move that I make. The import of ChatGPT to write letters is such a hassle. Girl, I don't know, because I use Dispute Panda. But I have heard that a lot. Nikki Pooh, no problem. Christian, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to help. All right, so let me get into here. So any other questions before I start signing up the platform on myself? Let me tell y'all how I am so thankful that y'all are in here. Let me make sure that we don't have any other questions. Hey Zoe, welcome to the room. Hey Miss Clay. I think I said hi to you, but you know, girl, when I see your picture, I'll be like, hey boo, hey, just to make sure. Hey Chaz, hey Miss Tracy. I'm not quite sure who this iPhone is, but thank you so much for coming in, guys. Do you have any questions before I start signing up for the actual Dispute Panda? Can you discuss the pricing again? Yeah, no problem, Nikki Pooh. So here's what it says. So the platform for Dispute Panda is a free 99 software. It is a pay as you go, which means you're only paying the $17 to generate the letters month after month. If you use Credit Dyno, which is our credit monitoring software that has the data points to help us write more aggressive letters, okay? You use Credit Dyno, you do not pay for your rounds at all. So that means that you would be having this platform, this software for the basic Dispute Panda software for the free. If you have the pro, because I have had people ask me this question before, like, oh, so for the pro, do I have to pay? Yes, you do. You got to pay. Okay. The pro is $197 for you to have the pro features. However, if you have the Credit Dyno with the pro feature, again, you're still getting a free round of disputes every 35 days. So not just once. Every 35 days, you are able to generate an updated credit report, and you would get a free round of attack for you. Let me tell you how it's raining and it's cold, okay? And I feel like I'm going through the change, y'all, okay? So so I be getting cold and then I get hot. I don't know if I get cold because I hear the rain. Just work with me. So when I slide over here, just know I'm just sliding to my little portable heater, okay? But the pro feature is $1 for 14 days, and then it's $197 thereafter. The power play that I made, because a lot of people that are in this room here are doing credit repair for themselves or a family member, go ahead and tell them to go ahead and pay me $50, $75 a month. I'll generate the letters for you. I'll give you the letters. You can mail it out yourself. Have a great day. So you can split it up. So that way the $197 is covered, and you can still get the pro letters for the creditors as well as the credit bureaus. Okay. I hope that answered the question. Let me know if you had any other, Nikki Pooh. Zoe, hello everyone. I appreciate all that you do, learning so much. Let's go. All right, come on, let's go and grow. That's what I'm talking about. These are my people. All right. So thank you guys for entertaining me and my chicanery from the beginning. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and sign up for the Dispute Panda software. Now, when you're signing up for the software, one of the things that I need you to remember is that you need to have 2 different email addresses. So if you are utilizing this as a software for yourself, if you're, one second, I said a question in a minute, Nikki. If you're using the software for yourself, then understand that you are going to need one for the owner of the account and then a different email address for the user of the account. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed or feel frustrated. I just want you to know that you will have to have 2 separate email addresses. This particular profile is to set it up as the owner, manager, operator of said profile. Okay. What email am I going to use today? Oh, I know what I'm going to use. Boom. And now, if you have a business name, because you are doing this as a business entity, y'all can put the business name on there. You do not have to. If you do not have a business name, you leave it blank. It will take your first name, last name, and make it into the business name. I will go ahead and show you in the platform where you can make the necessary changes. So do not feel like you are stuck like Chuck. Did anybody else hear that growing up? Stuck like Chuck? My mom used to say that to me all the time. You're stuck like Chuck in the backside. Yeah, that's what my mom used to say. So you're going to go ahead and click that you understand the policy terms agreements with Dispute Panda. You can elect to go ahead and get email and special offers for products and resources. I like discounts, I like coupons, and I'm very nosy. January, February, nosy. I am inquisitive. That's what my aunt said. I'm not nosy, I'm inquisitive. So I like to get all the discounts and all the information. You can elect not to sign up for that. I don't see why, because who would not like a discount? Come on, somebody. People still go to Progressive. All right. So with that being said, the question that Nikki Pooh had is, do you know how long it normally takes to remove a repo So to answer your question, it depends on the profile and the method of attack that you're having. If you're just using the letters, there's a possibility that depending on how many places it's in, you may be able to get it off quickly. The quickest that I've ever gotten a repo off was 4 months for me to get it. However, there is not a designated time. So I like to be transparent in this credit space. You cannot, I'm going to repeat, you cannot guarantee sugar, honey, iced tea. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Y'all cannot guarantee anything because we don't know what the credit bureau is going to accept. We don't know what the credit bureau is going to look for. We don't know if they're going to kick stuff back. We don't know if they're going to make it difficult. Just like there's a lot of times they send stuff that's validated and they did not go anywhere to validate a doggone thing. All right. So with that being said, you can allow your client to know that there's a 2-part process for credit repair. There is a dance that they're doing with you, and then there is a dance that they have to do on their own. I will go over a high level of what that dance looks like so that because we're going to have like a mini consultation call once I load the client in here. But I like to be transparent to let you guys know there is this is a regular normal time frame. I've had a client who was with me and they were with me for 18 months before we got a repo completely removed. But there were other things that they were doing that, of course, their numbers were numbering. That account just took a while for it to come off. So there is no standard gauge for anything to be removed, updated, or changed, okay? But what I do explain is that the minimum time frame a client can be with me is 6 months. I'm a 6-month contracted state. If a client wants to stay with me beyond that 6 months, they're signing a new contract agreement, and now they do not have to pay a new enrollment fee because they're already with me, right? So as far as that answer goes, the only thing I can honestly tell you is it depends on the profile and depends on how many places that repo is also showing up. Which we will be covering on the masterclass. Just want to plug that in there. Nate, hey, so for clarity, it's $2,000 for 1 year subscription and unlimited attack, or $2,000 for a 1 year subscription and $17. So the $17 for each round is regardless if you have the free, the paid, or you paid for the full year. The only workaround for that $17 is if you're using Credit Dino. If you use Credit Dino, you do not pay that $17 fee, okay? Oh, I love your vibe too, Melvin. When he's out there in the cold smoking a cigarette because he's crazy. But this contract and service agreement that you guys see on the screen, great questions, by the way, guys. Thank you so much for engaging with me and interacting with me, because your girl was going down. She was tired. Now I'm so energized and just revitalized. Okay, like thank you. So the Dispute Panda service agreement tells you how you should do business, how what Dispute Panda expects from you, what you should expect from it. Okay, guys. So you want to go ahead and leverage this platform. Now, when you come in, you'll see this black bar here. That is because I have not gone to my Just Kick It email. If y'all know, okay? Y'all know. That is my song, Just Kick It, from back in the day when Candy still had the little... Anyway, if y'all don't know what's going on, y'all need to go back to So Deaf, okay? But if you go ahead and click on this, it will validate in your email. You want to validate your email that you sign up with so that you can have the right information in real time, okay? Once you get on the main page, this is what your dashboard looks like. It has the option for you to search your client up above. You do need to have at least 3 characters in order for it to pull the client in, or you can click on the tabs down the side. So I'm going to cover all of the things on the main page, and then we're going to go down the side, and then we're going to take a breather, open the floor for some questions, and then I'm going to load myself in as an imaginary client. Okay, guys? So on the main screen, you have the round. So if there are any clients that are due that needs to have work done, where they are, any missing documents, you'll see that information, and birthdays, if you have any clients' birthdays coming up. If you would like to upgrade to the Pro, you can do so. It does allow integration, shareable reports, onboarding forms, payment forms, love it, that are accessible and available for you, okay? If you are in the Dispute Panda software, I want to clarify that you have the ability to go ahead and get Credit Dino as an affiliate. What that means is every time someone signs up under your link, you get $8 for that person signing up. You can also call Credit Dino and up different packages. You can create different packages. And that way, if your client wants a little bit more like identity theft protection or whatever, you can up the prices. I think it goes up to like $49.99 or something like that. And if it's that high, you would get a $22 payout. Okay. So I just want to let you know that this is gentle money. That's what I like to call it. I put this on my link at least once to twice a month, no less than twice a month. Normally I post about when you pulled your credit, and this way my link is in the comments. And whenever anyone signs up, now again, it's the law of numbers. I like to be transparent. Don't get attached to the money that you're making. Get attached to the fact that you need to talk to so many people in order to get what you need. Anyone can be an influencer. If someone talks to you, asks your opinion, wants to know how to do something, baby, you are influencing the society, okay? So make sure that you have different products that are available that can be soft money for you that just kind of flows in and you're able to go ahead and leverage, okay? So go ahead and you can click this. You will get your own link. You can, if you have Linktree, bit.ly, or whatever, you can use either one of those to go ahead and get everything started and moving for you, okay? This is a report. It'll show you like what your status are for the month. Over here again is where you can see your clients. So you can see active clients, inactive clients. If you are switching from another software as a credit repair organization, you just need the CSV file. You can go ahead and upload it. If you do not have the if you do not have the ability to upload it for whatever reason, because sometimes Macs be Macing, okay? You can go ahead and send that CSV file to the contact us team, and they will go ahead and load your clients in for you. So I don't want you to get frustrated as it pertains to that. You can go ahead and load a new client in here. If you have the pro version, you would click the invite client to safe client access, and it will automatically send out your contract once you've saved it, the dashboard information for them to upload their IDs and all of the things without you having to bat an eye or do anything additional, okay? The letters tabs is where you can see the letters that have gone out for your clients. If you click on this option where it gives you the guidelines, I want to cover that for you. So the letters go out only Monday through Friday. If you want them to go out same day, the letters have to be done by 12 p.m. PST. If not, it goes out the following business day. There are no tracking codes unless you are doing certified mail. Understand that first class mail is you putting a stamp on it and walking it to the post office, guys. That's literally all you're doing with our first class mail. So there is no trackerization. That's not a word we'll be using it tonight. There is no trackerization for you to go ahead and track the first class mail. You can only track the certified mail that's on the platform. You do not have to log into anything separate. When the tracking code is here, you'll be able to click on it and it will automatically take you to USPS for you to see any updates, okay? The inbox tab is specifically for the pro. That's where you can have conversations in the secured client portal with your client back and forth to dip and do and talk all the things that y'all need to talk, okay? The reports tab. Oh, I love this report tab. Hold on, let me minimize my screen real quick and pull up the report tab. So the report tab is, to me, soft marketing, okay? So what happens with the report tab is you're able to go ahead and take a snapshot. Now, this is on the company level where you can see how much you've been deleted, what the dollar debt amount is that you've removed overall. And then you can also take that information and turn it into a shareable post for you to share on your social media platforms to help you curate more clientele and business. This information on the pro is located on the corporate side, and you can also see it when you log into the specific client when you have the pro version, okay? Nate said, what about the 1,000 credit you can purchase with a 35% bonus? Sorry, I don't want to get ahead of you. just have questions on how to charge. So I think you're asking about if you purchase a bulk purchase, if you get the credit, a discount credit. I don't believe it gives you any bonuses. But let me ask JM because I do not purchase in bulk, I like to be honest. JM, can you advise if they're still doing the 35% bonus with the $1,000 credit for me? And then I'll circle back to that question. That's a great question, Nate. Tracy is coming in. Let me see if there's anyone else new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back, Habib. I saw that you had to drop off. It's okay. Safe Client Portal has been really buggy for my clients. It's either frozen after they clicked OK for the service agreement or before when they select my company to submit their document. Is this a common issue with it being a new feature that you know of? I sent support an email on this issue, but haven't received a response back. So I did hear about this issue. I want to say it was probably about a week ago. I do know that our back office is trying to work out the kinks in that software, but I've only had like 2 other people state that they had an issue. So I do apologize if you're one of them, but I will go ahead and make sure that JM, if you can send your email address to JM, he's in the meeting tonight, we can go ahead and take a look at it for you as well, okay? Thank you so much, Christian. All right, let me see. I think I covered everyone. Oh, okay. So subscription tab. The subscription tab is where you would go to add your merchant service, add your payment plan, your payment forms. Oh, it's my pleasure, Christian. For you to create different sign-up pages that you can go ahead and embed into your website or just post on your social media. The training tab takes you back to the training that we had before, and the contact us tab takes you to the contact screen as well. Okay. The balance tab, I like to go here. So I'm going to start at the top with the profile. So the profile is your information as the owner of the account. Okay. The next option that is available. Okay, thank you so much. So from my understanding, I did get confirmation that they're not giving a bonus when you buy credits. The only promotion or offer that is currently live right now is a subscribe and save that we normally cover. And I will go over that once we get to the billing site, okay? Thank you so much, JM, for that. Okay, so this is where you would have your information, your owner information. If your phone number change, if your email address needs to change, you can add your picture in here. Once you get the pro, your picture will also show up on the platform, okay? If you guys switch from doing this as just for yourself and your family, you'd have the ability to go ahead and come here and put your business logo in. You can put your website in, your privacy policy, your contract, and you're also able to add team members. So instead of making it to where, let's say you outsource, or like me, you have your daughter help you when she pays attention, okay? You can go ahead and put in their name and give them their own username and password so that they can sign up, instead of giving them your access where they now have admin and they can delete things and remove things. They won't be able to do all of that. The affiliate link gives you the ability to go ahead and turn on all of your affiliate links if you have one code with all of them, or you can turn around and only keep on the ones that you are purposely using, so that when you have the pro feature and that safe client access goes out, it will only give them the link to sign up for the credit item, okay? Or if you want them to sign up with multiple options, you have the ability to put all of your codes in here for them to sign up for, okay? Okay. So disputing options. If for some reason the credit bureau is not responsive, they have like 7 or 8 different addresses that you can mail dispute letters to. What you can do is come in here and edit that. So if for some reason your letter comes back and you're told that you need to send it to a different location, you can come in and make the necessary edits. Right now, these addresses that are here are still fully functional and active, so no need to worry at all. The billing is where you can go and you can upgrade to the pro, you can lock in your payment information. And this is what we were talking about, the subscribe and save. So in the past, we used to have it where you had a bulk purchase. So if you purchase more monies, or you put $1,000, $2,000 in your direct purchase, you would get a discount on your rounds. However, we're not doing that at this present time. We are only doing the subscribe and save. So it's not in tandem, it's not together, it's only the subscribe and save. So if you decide to make a purchase of $1,000 or $500 worth of credits, understand that you're only getting 5,000. You're not going to get a bump, you're not going to get extra. But if you're doing this for yourself or a family member, you can choose a $20 or $60 option. If you choose a $20 option, we bill you $20 every single month, but we give you $30. The same thing if you do 60, we give you 90 every month, even though you're only buying 60. All right. Again, one other thing I want to cover is the billing information on this platform should only be yours. If you're doing this for your mom, your dad, your church, and them, the only card that should be on file is your card. So you would collect any monies that you need to collect. Understand that you should only have one subscribe and save plan. So if you are moving more people, moving more weight, if you're moving more people along through the program, then the subscribe and save may not be ideal for you, but you do want to price point it out to make sure that you're covering, what you need. Okay. What's the difference between credits and attack credits? So credits are overall. You're going to use the credit specifically for your rounds of attacks or mail. So when you put the money in here, it's specifically for anything that you might be leveraging on the platform. When you are going to pick a round of attack, if you do not have credit dyno, you are paying $17 for that round of attack. But then let's say you're using the system to mail the system out, you would need to have monies in there as well to cover the mail out process as well. Great question. Great question. All right. Invoicing is where you can see all the invoices. That's a great question. When you buy credits, you're buying credits that will be able to be applied to attacks or will be able to apply to mailing. So you're not buying two separate credits. If you put in $100, you have $100 to utilize. If you're not using credit dyno, it's going to pull $17 for the round of attack. Then whatever is left, you can use for mail. I hope that makes sense. But you're not buying two separate attacks. You're not buying two separate credits. You're just putting credit on the profile and it's pulling a certain amount specifically for the rounds, because the amounts for the mail it can be different. Like I just did a round of letters for a client. For the attack for the credit bureau, it was $14 to mail. To the creditors, it was $15 to mail, and to the third-party companies, it was like $27 to mail. So it's not a fixed amount in wherein the attack is a set $17, period. Every single month, if you do not have credit dyno, you're only paying $17 per month per round. That's it. And to answer that, because I did have someone else that asked, like, so are you paying for the creditor letters and then paying $17 for the credit bureau and then $17 for the third parties? You're only paying $17. In order for you to do the static letters, which are the third party letters, you need to have money in your bank. Those letters are free. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Great questions. I love this. Okay. This is where you can see your statements and your invoice. Here's where you can see your activities. Again, your attack credits are the credits that come back from Credit Dyno. So you're not purchasing those specifically. Normally, you're tracking the attack credits from Credit Dyno. So you don't have to buy those. Once you download every 35 days, you will get those credits for you to track for that particular client. But your attack monies of the $17 would be there, and it'd be trackable if you are not using Credit Dyno for your client. Oh, that's such a great question, Victor. So I have multiple packages. So I have a DIY software. I used to do DIY myself, but I have a DIY software. My DIY, I only charge $50 for my clients to do the DIY program. It is actually a separate software. They sign in. It's very similar to the flow of what I do here with Dispute Panda. So I have a DIY software. The enrollment is $79 and then it's $50 a month. I then have what I like to call like my elite package. My elite package is $179 a month. It is $199 for enrollment, $179 a month. And then I have a VIP package. That VIP package, I think it's up to $249 a month for the VIP package. And then I have a la carte items. So if I have to deal with your evictions, or if I have to deal with your bankruptcies, that is something, there's standard bankruptcy flow that is within Dispute Panda. I do not charge extra, but if they're wanting me to dispute it with the third party vendors, because there's at least, I think there's like 7 places, I'm about to confirm, I think 7 or 8 places that also holds your bankruptcy information. So if I'm doing a deep dive bankruptcy audit for my client, then that's an a la carte item that is an upcharge. So I think of my business the same way you would think of taking your car in to get service. You want an oil change, this is my price for my oil change. But if I see anything else, honey, I'm invoicing. Have a great day. Good night. So yeah, that's my prices are a little different. So the integration is where you can have Zapier connect to the platform, and you can connect it to such things as ClickFunnels or ooh, I got dizzy. ClickFunnels or Google Forms or anything like that to make life easier for you to navigate the waters the way that you need to. Excuse me. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed or frustrated as you're going through the process. This does give you the ability to go ahead and integrate once you get to the pro. We also have the referral option. Again, I like quiet money. So you can sign up for this now. Once it goes live in 2024, guess what you get an option to? If you want to refer this to realtors, auto dealers, even if schools and churches, like I just did a presentation at a church and they signed up for the DIY platform, right? So now they have a DIY software that I can give to them. But if they want to have someone who wants to learn how to do credit repair, I can go ahead and I've also introduced this to them as well. And then when they're ready to sign up, I would get a referral credit, and that would give me free rounds of attacks as well moving forward once it goes live. It's been turned off right now, but it will be coming back again. So we have now gone through the full flow of the platform. Do you have any questions before I load myself in as a client? Welcome, Miss, I think it's Kristen, Michael, LKF. Welcome to the room. All right, let's see. I don't see any more direct questions, and I don't see, I think I hit them all. Okay. Error with. Okay, and Christian, I know that, I don't know if Christian's still here. Christian, I know that the errors that they were having was because a lot of people were using the mobile device. So the button functions were not working. So just for a heads up, the Dispute Panda platform is not mobile accessible right now. So anyone that's wanting to upload their information or get anything done, they need to get that done on a lappy toppy, as my son would say. Because the functions and buttons were not working properly. So I did want to go ahead and make sure to circle back the block to let you guys know that. All right, so we're going to get started and load my imaginary client up in this business, okay? So when you are going through and you are entering the information, I want you to take time to put the correct information on here. Have a very detailed conversation with your client here or yourself. So for instance, I have multiple names because my mother's from foreign and so am I, okay? So I originally had 4 names. Then I got married. So now I have 5 names. However, I do not go by 2 last names. So when I'm out in these streets, I go by Raquel. Well, actually on my social media it says Raquel May David. However, a lot of people may hyphenate their name. They might only use one name. So like my bank might still have May, another bank might have David, you know, different things of that nature. You want to have the conversation that says, hey, you need to make sure that you're only using one name. You're being consistent. So when I say one name, it doesn't have to be one last name, but one name consistently. So if their name is Mark James Smith, and James Smith is hyphenated as a last name, that's cool. Every single document that they fill out needs to say that. Their ID needs to say that, their bill needs to say that, so that everything on their documentation, on their credit profile is consistent throughout. You're also wanting to make sure that everything that you're filling out here is correct, because this information is being transposed onto the letter that you are providing. So you want to take your time, make sure that you're entering everything the way that you're supposed to. You're only needing the last four of the social security number, and the address that you're putting in needs to be on specific lines. So on the street, the only additional things that would go here is the unit number or the suite number. Other than that, you want to put the city and state boxes in the correct place. All right, okay. And then the zip code. All right, as I stated earlier, if you have the pro, you would just click this invite. It will auto send the information out to your client for them to sign their contract, dip and do all the things that they need to upload. And it will also show them this amazing document. So I'm going to tell you this. If a client comes to you and they tell you, I don't have a valid driver's license, or my driver's license isn't updated to the address that you have, don't fret. All that you're going to do is go into the system, and you're going to go ahead and look at this list that I've put in the comments for you to download. It's also in the videos, in the training tab. So if you're ever working late night and you're not quite sure what you can utilize, pull up the video. It is right there for you to see. So if they don't have a valid driver's license, that is cool. Use something else under the proof of identification list. Understand that there are only two sections that are required to be filled out: the proof of identification and the proof of address. The optional other is normally where you put the social security card. If you're using the social security card as a proof of identification, guys, you do not need to put it in the other form. But the system will not allow you to move forward unless both the identification and the address required documents are in the program, okay? Are in the software, rather. So you're going to also note that if you're using a gas bill, a cable bill, a water bill, you're going to want to get an updated bill every like 90 days to ensure that the date is correct and that the credit bureau does not kick it back out, because they like to frivolously deny stuff. So we want to give them no ammunition at all whatsoever. Now, once you have the documents here, you're going to crop out anything that is unnecessary, because, you know, I'm from foreign, right? And they say they're too nosy. So if you give them all of this, I feel like you're giving them a scandal bag. Y'all know what a scandal bag is? So growing up, my mother used to call scandal bags, the clear bags that you get from the grocery store that you can see all the business inside, is called a scandal bag. When you give them all this sheet, you're giving them the scandal information. Especially if your client's been past due, they don't need to know that business. They don't need to know what the amount was. They don't need to know anything. They just need to see the date and the address. Once you have those two things, you crop and you save. When it's time for you to get an updated bill from your client, if you're using a bill, you would just delete it, put it back in, crop, and save. Okay? That way the goal is to not waste paper or toner when it's not needed. The goal is to try and get everything on one, no more than 2 sheets of paper, so that way you are basically covering your overhead effectively, okay? Now, you see how it's grayed out? That is what it looks like when you are completing the task for your client. You should not be going to the upload credit report or anything until you have gotten all of these spaces done. You want to make the flow the way it needs to. You would select whichever credit monitoring software you're going to use. Again, in this turn, I'm going to be using Credit Dyno. With Credit Dyno, what I also appreciate is that I don't have to log into a secondary software to update the credit monitoring. I literally just come here, I click the one-click import every 35 days, it updates the credit report, and I'm able to go ahead and go through everything. So that is another benefit of having the Credit Dyno software is you don't have to log into 2 separate platforms. Just this one, you grab and you go. All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing and put some dummy information in here. Let's see what we can get done. If you guys have any questions while I'm trying to find a username and password that I can leverage, you can definitely come off of mute and ask any questions. That is not what I'm trying to get to. Let's see. Oh, we'll use this one. Oh, Zoe, thank you. I just happened to be moving my screen and saw that. I appreciate it. We love you too, girl. We love you too, girl. Here to click funnel. Let's do that. Boom. Let's go over here. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to copy somebody login. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I wasn't able to read what you guys got going on there. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Question in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing all the information. It was super helpful. I'm very new to credit repair business. I'm in the pro plan and my clients are using Credit Dyno. Let's go. My question is, can I use Punch of Fury Supreme Boosters to start with my clients who just needs to remove hard inquiries, not related to open accounts? Come on, because you know I was gonna ask that question. Just inquiries on their businesses, just inquiries for their businesses, but not on personal report. Will this be the best attack for the situation? And do I need to freeze their secondary credit bureaus before sending them on attack? I do not freeze anymore. I used to freeze for a good 7 years. I froze. Using Dispute Panda, I no longer freeze profiles. Any one of the flows will work for you. However, I am going to check because I want to say it's either like Pinwheel or Nerve Attack that has a centralized focus on the inquiries. So you can choose to do a different flow specifically to attack. But my question would be, do they not have anything else that they're concerned about? Because, not trying to be funny, inquiries are only 55 points of the overall credit score. So is that the only thing that they're leveraging and they're concerned about? Because how many inquiries do they have? And are those inquiries stopping them from getting other funding? If it is stopping them, then yes, you can look through, and I'm going to show you when I get to the letters where you can see what the letters are focusing on, and you can curate your own plan specifically for attacks for inquiries. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second, and that way you can see if maybe you can curate your own specific flow just for inquiries, track the level of success that you have, and then kind of go from there. Christian was next. Go ahead. What's your question, Christian?
Ma'am, going into your Credit Dyno or right at the bottom where it says credit monitoring name, and you said if you have a Credit Dyno account, that you can just click and import.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that I have access to all my clients if I just click Credit Dyno?
I'm not clear on the question. Can you rephrase it for me?
So every client that I put in,
Mm-hmm.
if I have a Credit Dyno account, do I
Mm-hmm.
just put Credit Dyno and then just click on click import?
Yeah, so you'd have to put the username and password in, and you click the one-click import. And every 35 days, or I'm a 45-day company, but if you guys are doing it every 35 days, you just specifically click that one-click import. After that 35-day window, it'll generate a new credit report for you.
Got it. So, but I'm gonna need the username and password for every client, right?
That is correct, because there's
Okay.
no other way for you to pull their information without that information.
Thank
Makes
you.
sense? My pleasure. Great questions. Great. Did you have anything else, Kristen? Sorry.
No, that's all for now.
All right. Awesome. How JC just pulled up in the club and has his hand. Give me 1 second, JC. Victor is in front of you, and then Maggie. What question do you have for me, Victor?
Okay, so I checked my business credit and I have like 2 inquiries on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could I go about that reflecting on my credit panda so I can send a tag on that instead of my person?
Is that business inquiry showing up on your personal side?
No, because it's
Then that would be an offline question that you'd have to ask, because the software here is only dealing with personal credit right now.
okay, cool.
Does that make sense? Yeah. But if you want to go ahead and cover that, I'll drop the link for my booking, and we can talk about how you would dispute that for the business side. And just to clarify, for the business, the inquiries really don't matter that much. So I wouldn't be super worried about that. Maggie's question was, thank you. Yes, their credit is pretty good. The client's goal is to remove 6 to 10 usually and go apply for business funding again. Okay, great, Maggie. Yes, so you'd have to curate your own flow. I will go ahead and show you the letters and where you can see what the letters are focusing on, so it can help you figure out which ones you want to pick, since they don't have a lot of things on their profile that you're necessarily wanting to correct. All right. JC, hey honey, welcome back. Welcome back.
What is up? My favorite. So,
What's up?
first things first, how are you? How is everybody? I hope
I am wonderful. And they here laughing with me, getting into it. We getting into it. Okay.
So I have a little question for you. The last time we spoke, you introduced me to team members and adding a team member, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just had a few questions essentially on how for example, like how do I know who's assigned to somebody? Because like that's the one thing I haven't found out.
So I don't, okay, so I would have to show you that. You have to give me a second, because that I would have to log into my other account, because I think I have someone loaded in my other account. My daughter's on one. I just got to figure out which one. So I'll try to see if I can get into my dummy account, and what I'll do is I'll load someone in if I have to. But you have to, when you log in the person, I think you have the ability. Don't you time out on me, Leanne? I'm still here. Okay. So I will have to physically show you how to do that, but give me 1 second, because that is something that I'd have to do on a different platform, not on this one, because I just curated this one today. Okay. All right. Did you have another question?
Nah, that's everything else has been so smooth. Thanks to you. I appreciate you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. All right, let me go ahead. So this, guys, when you are looking at the platform, once you have downloaded once you have clicked the one-click import, the credit report will show up. It will show one free attack. Hold on. And then this pop-up will come up for you, so you'd be able to see the information. So now, once you have uploaded everything needs to go. A new tab opens up that says disputing. This will not open up until you have uploaded the credit report. Once you click disputing, it's going to take you into where the system has already gathered all of the information. Now, I need to be transparent with you. The system will only take public records information. Okay. It will also only take anything negative that is impacting them outside of the inquiry. So the very first tab is the inquiry tab. And to Maggie's statement, just in case you guys missed it, you're only going to dispute the inquiry tab for accounts that are not showing open and active on the bottom. If you got a Mac, you're going to go ahead and click Command F. If you have a non-Mac, you're going to click Control F. And that way it'll open up this little bar. You can go ahead and search, or you can be old school like me and scroll down. Okay, you don't got to, but you can. And that way you can go ahead and see all of the files that are showing for your clients. And you can see if the account is open or active. In this particular case, it says GM Financial is only one. So I would click it because it's not showing up anywhere else. Okay. When we are talking about the other accounts, you're going to select them and see if they show up. If they're not showing up anywhere as open and active, baby, you're going to check the box because we want to send what? That letter. All right. So now the public records are any bankruptcies, evictions, child support, any judgments, anything like that that's on public records is going to show up on the software for you to be able to leverage and see it. Okay. So this is going to be auto selected. You do not have to do anything at all for it to show up. Okay. Now, when you're going into the accounts, you want to make sure that you're looking at the accounts. Most of the time, like right now, it shows open. Her issue is, this particular client's issue is that she has late payments that are showing up, and that's why she's having this issue. I actually recently had a call with this one particular client, and we have just gotten her loans consolidated. Okay, so don't have all these 500 billion things on here. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to use this. So this client has a First Premier Bank. I'm just going to go over what a consultation would look like the conversation I'm having, because remember I said there's two dances that you're having. One is the dance with the letters to remove. The other one is a dance of behavior that you or your client needs to conduct. So the software gives you a host of information. One of them is the account open or closed? So we're going to imagine, come with me, we're going to imagine that this account is open, okay? The balance is $1,037 that's owed, and we're going to look at the payment history. All right. So with this payment history, they have now been late. Their on-time payments is only 33%. As you guys know, your payment history is worth 190 plus points for you to pay on time. So if your baseline number is 300, and your payment history is worth 190 points, right there, you're at 490, okay? So now you're gonna take it a little further and you're gonna have a conversation about her health. Your utilization, which is your second highest portion of your credit score, is worth 160 plus points. So if we're dipping and doing, we're having a clear conversation. We're like, hey, boo, your credit limit's $700. You're well over 100% of your overall credit availability. That's a problem, because that means you're not getting your 160 some odd points. Okay, so if you add the 160, it's like 165, but let's say you just add your 300, which is the baseline, your client never pays late, and they're not over their limit. They're at 650 right there. So I want to be clear. In order for you to be in the 700s clubs, your utilization needs to be 15%. If you want to be in the 800 club, your utilization needs to be below 7%, 7% or lower. You don't want to have First Premier Bank. That's a no-no. Ciao. Yes. So you want to make sure that you're leveraging. But again, when you're dealing with clients that need second chance account, the First Premier is probably all they can have, but you want to teach them how to leverage the accounts that they have properly. So just looking at those two scores, the two major parts of the credit bureau is 192.5 points and 160, I think it's 165 points. That's 357 points off the bat, just from you making sure you're hitting these two buckets. So when you're having a dialogue, you're not just talking about one particular segment and I'm sending off these letters and you're going to be great. I need you to make sure that you're not going over your limit. If you are over your limit, you need to pay the minimum balance times 2 plus $4, right? You're also going to have conversations with them like, hey, I need you to make sure that you don't go over your limit at all. Because if you do, this is how this is going to impact you. You're right, Melvin. I had a First Premier Bank. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I can tell y'all my business. I was married the first time. I'm with my forever husband now. Okay. But the first time I got married, my credit score was a 713 was my lowest score. And we started the divorce, and I had already like not been living there for like 2 years. And when I filed for divorce, he stopped paying the bills that had our names on it, just the credit cards, not anything else. The credit card he was using, he was still paying, but everything else, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't paying. So by the time we finalized our divorce, and it took us 6 months, my credit score was down to a 497. Okay, so the only person that would help me rebuild was First Premier, and I was able to go ahead and get my credit score back up within a year, right? But I like to be transparent and honest. Like, this was a journey that I had to redo, and there were a lot of things that had. First of all, I didn't realize that he wasn't paying on the cards because I had moved several times. I wasn't keeping up with the card because he was the one using the cards. I really didn't care about it. And I had insurance on the card and didn't even call to use it when I realized that he wasn't making the payments, right? And it was, I don't think it was anything malicious. I think he just didn't have the financial fortitude to cover those bills. And I wasn't sending any more funds over, right? So things were just happening, and life was lifing for him. And he made a conscious decision. He was like, I'm only using this one credit card. This one credit card is what I'm going to pay. So I had to rebuild, and I've had to rebuild several times. I've had a car accident and I had to start over. But once you know the principles behind it and you know how to manage, and a lot of people, they talk about this business, but when you are a new entrepreneur and you don't necessarily have the right mentorship, or you don't have someone that's willing to show you the ropes, like ins and outs, it makes it very difficult for you to know how to balance life, motherhood, work, and all of the things that you're doing. And going through a divorce was no joke, y'all. So I had to rebuild my life, and knowing the principles of what I needed to know and understanding what does the credit bureau think's late versus what I think is late, right? So having that mind shift conversation with your clients that the due date is the latest possible day you can make a payment on this credit card before you get hit with a fee. That's what this due date is, okay? However, the statement date is the date they're gonna run tell your business. So you want to make sure that you're telling the credit bureau, oh, I don't really use this card. It's down to 7% utilization, or overall, all my cards are at a 7% utilization when you add all the numbers up. But you got to make sure that you're following the principles to get what it is that you need. So this Credit Dyno platform gives you the opportunity to have these robust conversations with your clients for them to know what's gravely affecting them in real time. And then when you give them that clear budget bust down, like I like to call it, but is that a watch? AP? I don't know. Anyway, you can go through everything, and you can make sure that you're giving your clients the best version of you for them to know how to navigate the waters properly, right? So systemically, the system will cover everything that is negative. You do not have to do anything extra. Once you're done, you're going to hit save filter, and then you're able to go to the attack round. She is one you need to worry about. Yep, the statement date. A lot of people miss the statement dates. So Maggie, are you still here, Maggie? Yep, Maggie's still here. Okay, so Maggie, when you go into the software, there are different rounds. If you click on them, it will tell you, hold on. So it's, sorry, you don't even have to click on it. So if you go, pinwheel attack tells you that it's basically the same as the nerve attack letter, but they limit each letter to 7 negative and 10 inquiries. So if you're wanting to focus on inquiries, then you're going to either want to do the pinwheel, the round kick, and I'm going to tell you round 6. I don't care what no one tells you. Round 6 is always paralyzing touch. It is very intricate. It is very detailed. I do round 6 even if my client only has inquiries. But just looking at the flow, the letters, now inquiries are showing on every single one of these letters. I don't want to not give you that, because the inquiries are on the pinwheel, they're on the pinch of fury, they're on the round kick, they're also on the nerve attack. But if you're wanting to curate a specific letter, I would say to do the pinwheel attack. Go ahead and when you pull the 35 days, see if you got anything removed, then do the round kick attack. And you can choose to do like supreme and then kind of like go from Supreme to like a regular attack, then go back to like Supreme, then go to premium, and kind of play with it works. If you do not want to follow the traditional flow. So here the system tells you that these letters specifically only go up to this amount of inquiries. So since your client has about 6 to 10, you can choose to make your first round of attack to be pinwheel. The old school letter, the red flow was very good for me when it came to removing inquiries. So, but again, inquiries are still challenging. So I don't like to lie about that, because I like to tell y'all the truth, because I like y'all in real time, like y'all my peoples. Okay. So once you go into the system, the flow is here. The first flow that you're going to do is the Punch of Fury, Supreme Boosted. And then you are going to have, if you have the Pro, you'll select the creditor letters. If you don't worry about it. Okay. You're going to go in here, Punch of Fury, handwritten, Supreme Boosted. And then you're going to hit, again, if you have the Pro, you click the Pro option. You're going to hit Start. You're going to type in that confirm, because they want to know that you actually did what you're supposed to do, right? And then it's going to generate the letters for you. Now, if you had the Pro, it would say attack. Then in white, it would say credit. And then you would come back once the letters have been generated for you. Sometimes it's real quick, y'all. But my kids are upstairs playing the Xbox and the PlayStations. So I'm sharing things with them. But you would come into the system and click the static letters. You would do handwritten again. I like to scroll all the way down to the bottom because the software kind of jumps, and I don't like that because I'm bougie. So I click on first Factor Trust, Microtel, Data X, Clarity, Credco, ARS, LCI, and Novus, LexisNexis. Okay. You click start round and then it will generate. Again, static letters are for the free 99. So as long as you have $1 in your balance, it will generate static letters for you for free. Okay. If you want the system to mail it out for you, you would just click mail. This is how much it would cost to mail this document off for this client. Now this is just for the attacks to the credit bureau. That's not including the fact that if they have static letters, I have to pay for that also, right? If I'm having the system mail it out. To answer, I had this question asked me all the time. Do you use the system to go ahead and mail it out? I do if I'm traveling. I was just in Florida for like 4 days. My niece got pinned. I was so excited. But while I was traveling, I did not bring envelopes. I did not bring stamps, but I did bring my Lappy Toppy. And I went and I had the system mail it out for me. So that way I would not miss the dates that my clients need, because every 45 days we are sending out letters. Okay. Let's see. I have a question about this. Where are your letters postmarked? What do you mean? For example.
I'm gonna unmute myself if that's cool.
Yeah, you cool. What's up?
So the reason I asked this question is because, like, for example, like I've told you plenty times, I'm a nerd, right? So some of the things I've read in like different court cases with like TransUnion is that some of the ways that they know it's like a credit repair company and like that creates like the stall letters or whatnot is if let's say I have a client who's in Nevada and I am dropping the mail off myself in New Jersey.
It's a geotag for Jersey.
Yeah. So like for example, okay, so you're familiar with that. So like my question is like if I'm using the software, are they
They're not geotagging it, because remember, it's wherever the I think the hub is in Texas. Don't quote me on that, but I think the hub may be in Texas, but it's not geotagged for the location of the client because they're doing everything virtually.
Got it. So it'll go with a Texas postmark.
Or wherever it's located. I've never asked them where it's located. I promise you that, because I definitely do not use the mailing system often. My accountability partner does. So I will ask her, but I've never tracked that information. But to answer your question, it is better for it to be geotagged in the location. But if you're not like I service people that are not necessarily local to me. You follow what I'm saying? So, and I'm licensed and bonded, so I can do Florida, I can do New York. I don't do New York though, they be so headachy. But yeah, I can do multiple places because of the amount of my bond and stuff like that, and the way my license is. So, and I'm licensed in multiple states. However,
Where you get those?
huh?
Where you get those? How you get those?
Oh, child, you need to book a call so I can tell you now, honey.
Oh, yeah.
I
Let
might
me
add that as a bonus. I might add that as a bonus in the class.
nah.
Just
Send me your console.
okay. I'll drop the console and I'll also drop the link to the class that I'm gonna have. So, but to answer your question, I'm not quite sure where it's coming from, but you are right. You do get better results when you are geotagged. Now, personally, I have a lot of clients that do not live here, like where I am, and I don't get a lot of pushback. So I think it just depends on how you're processing the letters as to whether or not you're going to get that official pushback or not.
Yeah, because
Let's
I might just.
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like those might be some of the clients who I do use the power of attorney for. Remember we talked about that a little bit.
Exactly. You can do that because again, having a credit repair company is not against the law. So that's that on that. But yes, as far as the mailing goes, the geotag is not accessible to that clients because I don't necessarily know where the hub is. I do believe that they're setting up a hub in Texas. So I don't know where the natural hub is right now, but I'll find out and circle back and bring it back to you. All right. Great question. You know, we be having all the good stuff. Come on, somebody. All right. So if you want to do the history, you would click on the history tab. You can see the credit, you can see the credit score. You can also see let me go back. You can also see the letters that were downloaded. Let's say if you did not originally send off the letters, like right now, I haven't sent off the letters at all. The system is registering that I'm supposed to download the letters because I have not told the system to mail it out. If I wanted to add money onto the account and then have it mailed out, it will be updated and there will be an ID number for the letters. And if I do it certified, then it will have the certified information code as well. Okay. So I don't want you to think that you have to, like, once that happens, you can't do anything. No, you can go in and have the system mail it for you. The invoices is, of course, for the billing information, and notes are a pro feature where you can leave any notes if you guys had any conversation. Like yesterday, I ended up having a conversation with a client. They signed up for my program, and on the call, we also did an a la carte where I helped them consolidate their student loans and apply for the student loan forgiveness because they are a teacher. So we did everything together at one time. So I don't want us to feel like you can't put these in the notes. If you're having a discussion about budgeting, if you have a discussion about what bills they should be focusing on paying off, you can plug all that information in there in real time. Okay. Any other questions or concerns while we are here? I'm going to stop sharing. JC, I'm going to see if I can log into my dummy file. If I am not, I'm going to end up adding someone on. And are you going to be at the call tomorrow for the pro call? I can't hear you. You muted. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
My bad, I was muted. So I was gonna say full transparency. I really just join when I see the emails. So like
Gotcha.
there's differences in the calls.
Yes. So the pro feature, we go over any questions that they may have on the pro because not everyone knows how to leverage everything that's on there. So if you have questions about the platform, how it works, how to leverage it, we jump on a call, but that call is at 7 p.m. 8 p.m. So I think we start at 9
What
for
time
this
Eastern?
one.
That's Eastern?
It's okay, so it's 7 p.m. my time, so it's 8 p.m. Eastern. There we go.
Nice.
So I will be on tomorrow because I'm gonna check right now. I don't think that my dummy account that I have accessibility to it, but I'm gonna check while I'm here. So if you guys have any questions, I do one-on-one consulting. Let me get my link because I don't be acting right, y'all. Hold on. y'all always say I'm gonna have my link up.
What can I look out for? Like, would it say something? Like, I recently just had someone else, for example, like they added the client. So one of my team members added the client. If I
Mhm.
log in myself, would it say something like on that client or anything like that?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't remember because my child doesn't add anyone in. I just kind of she worked, and she's the only person I have as my admin, but I can't get into my account. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I don't think it does, but it's probably just something I could maybe just
You could
utilize.
probably add,
Nope.
yeah. Hold on one second.
Maybe just utilize the note feature.
That would be, I think that the note, because you do have the pro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the note feature would help for you to assign the person that's there, but I could have sworn that I saw it in there before. And I don't assign anything to her because she has full access to everyone that's there, because she just helps me organic, like she works my files.
Yeah, of course.
That's how she gets her money. So
I,
she
I
didn't
guess
work
that's
yesterday, so she didn't get no money.
I guess that's the only reason, like, I guess that was my question, because if you remember how I was telling you, like, I was doing it, how we said was the wrong way, where, like, I just had my VAs use my
Yeah,
login.
no ma'am, no
Yeah,
sir.
exactly. But the only thing is that what I found out as well is that when I did make the team member and I logged in on the team member's account, they could see everything I could see.
They can, but they don't have the same authorities you have. That's what so when you give them your login, they have all the authorities to make all these changes. When you give them their own login, they don't have the same authorities. So
So
they can
like,
still see everything because they need to. They need to be able to see all the clients. They need to send out the
yeah,
mail. They may, because you may have one person. So just because you have signed in, like I have a friend who she has one person that does all her invoicing. So
right.
they log into the platform, and the only thing that they do is they check to make sure that the payments have been made every single month. That is it. They check every single client. They check the payment history. They see if anything's been kicked back. If they do, they send them an invitation to pay and an announcement that says if they don't pay within 5 days, they're going to be canceled and be moved to the DIY software where they would have to send the letters off themselves. So they still would be able to see everything. They just won't have the same privileges that you have. Does that make sense? Because if they have your privilege, they can go in and delete you.
Mm.
Change your email address, and then your book of business is now theirs. Now, I hope they want that stress, but I hope they're ready to go ahead and solicit some leads. Okay. But yeah, that's how it works. But I will go ahead and check my daughter's profile. I just don't have access on this computer because I literally am doing updates. So as soon as I find out, but I am on tomorrow. So I'll look at it tonight and then I'll let you know tomorrow during call. If not, send me a direct message so I can send you an answer via email.
So you're so you're doing the pro call tomorrow?
Yeah, I do the pro call on Thursdays.
Nice.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna send you my email right now.
No problem. You're amazing. Okay. Maggie's question was, would you recommend to do certified mail or just, hold on, certified mail or just removal for just removal? I don't do certified mail at all. Period. If I do certified mail, it's round 3 and round 6. And if they're with me for round 12, I'll do it again at round 12. But I do not do certified mail, especially with this new flow. It is not needed. Also, I am an uploader. So I send mail. Excuse me, I mail, I fax, and I upload if you are in my VIP package. So I don't necessarily need as much. Most of the times the fax will go through for at least 2 of the 3 credit bureaus. So I know for sure y'all got my stuff. Stop playing in my face. So that's just personally how I do it. I do not send certified mails. And when I did, it was only round 3, round 6, and round 12. Good question. I saw the old attack. Yes, the old attack did have certified mail. They did it round 1. I still didn't listen because I don't listen. Look, because I don't listen. But yes, that was how I did it. Let me go ahead and move some of this stuff out the way. Move this over here. Move this over here. Okay, cool. Let me shoot you an email right now so that I don't miss anything. Okay, hold on. Gotcha, meaning instead of mailing. So it's not instead of. So I want to clarify. I don't either or. You always mail your letters. In addition to mailing my letters, I also fax and upload because I want to be as aggressive when I'm sending the letters off to my client, to the credit bureaus for my clients. And a lot of times before the emails, the text messages were working, because not a lot of people were sending messages out when I was sending messages out, right? So it made it a lot easier for me to get my clients their documents pushed through a little bit faster, because I work a 9 to 5 and I do this at night. So sometimes I'm doing credit files until 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not in competition with a lot of people at 2 a.m. So my faxes were going through, but they cycle through fax numbers. Like I have 4 fax numbers for like Experian, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It's just a hit and miss. Okay. Great question. Gotcha. So no, don't mail and don't fax instead of mail. You mail and you fax. And if it's your profile, you can go ahead and upload as well. Why 3, 6, and 12 only? So just on my research, I found that it was more effective and impactful when I did 3, 6, and 12. Now that was pre-Dispute Panda. So I had already been in this flow. That's how my standard operating procedures were written. So when my daughter would do it, if she was helping me, she knew once we got to round 3, that was going out certified mail. I did not feel the need to have round 1 be a certified mail letter. That was just the way that I've done it over the years of tracking, because I had done it in the past where I sent certified mail out every single round. It was killing my finances, because back then I was only charging $79, y'all, for credit repair. And then people still used to get a little attitude while they sitting here missing payments. Look, while they sitting here missing payments. But yeah, that was kind of how I handled it when I did my testing. So you guys can test to see what is working best, and do you think it's more impactful for your profile, so that you can then have a baseline. I always tell people to test, because depending on where your area is and what's going on, it might be a little bit more beneficial for you to do it differently. Do you happen to know how we can join the pro call tomorrow? If you are in the pro, you will get the email automatically for the pro call tomorrow. My pleasure, LKF. You will get the pro call. You'll get the email for the pro call tomorrow. And I'm going to write this down. All right, for tomorrow's to do. Any other questions, guys? Yes, I work a day job, and sorry, I want to make sure I get this email out, because I will get up from here and go stalk my husband. I will. I'm a certified stalker for my husband. So yes, I do work a 9 to 5. I also have athletic children, because I wasn't an athlete and my mom didn't let me do nothing. I had to be home at 3 o'clock. So my kids are in everything: wrestling, sumo, whatever you got at the school, go ahead and do it. So I'm trying to make sure to be there for them. So I have that, and I have a 6-year-old. my oldest is 19. So I do have a little bit of, the kids about to phase out of the house and just have the little one. I also do coaching a lot of the day. So my Saturdays are normally booked. And then I just recently in 2024 said I'm taking off Sundays. So yeah, my Sundays is about to be off. And I'm planning a girls trip this year. So let's see if we'll actually make it happen when girls trip come out of the text message and in real life. Let's see how that works. Any other questions or concerns, guys, while you're here? Hey, Miss Harris, welcome to the room. I think I said hi to Michael before, but I'm not quite sure. Hey, Cornelius. Any other questions, concerns, or comments? If not, I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay, we here for a good time, not a long time. That's what Drake said. That's what Drake has said that one time. That one time. That's what Drake has said. All right. So if you guys have nothing else, I do want to say thank you so much for coming in, being a part of the room. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please feel free to go ahead and reach out. I did drop my link, my booking link in the chat. Also, we are having the masterclass on the 3rd. So I'm so thankful. I saw a bunch of people already sign up. So I'm super excited because we're going to close off at about 20 people to make sure everyone gets everything that they need, and start getting the freebies in real time. So I'm super excited about that. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. And I hope you guys have an amazing night. Thank you for being the best part of Dispute Panda. And JM, as always, thank you for being the best moderator ever. Zoe, it was my pleasure. Miss Clay, I got you, girl. And I look forward to seeing all my pro people tomorrow. I did send a message to JC already, so I'll follow up with that. But other than that, you guys have an amazing night. Thanks for being here, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Bye. Oh, JM, I'm going to shoot you a message right now. Hold on. Bye, David.